Hello everyone. Again, welcome back to our online course Startup A Dream to Reality 2.0. Hope you have already covered our first video on this week. And now let's move on our second video, that is sources of idea generation. Now let's see what is the meaning of this idea generation. This has already covered in our first video, but now let's see a small picture of this. Idea generation is the creative process or procedure that a company uses in order to figure out solution to any number of difficult challenges, and it involves coming up with many ideas in a group discussion, selecting the best idea or ideas, working to create a plan to implement the idea, and then actually taking that idea and put it into practice. This is not a simple process. It requires many meetings, many discussions and everything. Then only a particular idea will come out. So that is the simple meaning of how to generate this idea. The idea can be tangible, something you can touch or see, or it can be also intangible, that is something symbolic or cultural. So it can be of any types, not any particular one. So in short, idea generation is not a simple process. You have to understand various areas from where you can generate idea. It is a creative process that a company is using to figure out their solution. So as a beginner, you should also generate some idea if you are interested in doing your entrepreneur or doing your business. Our next topic is what are the sources of this idea generation. Before going into that, let's see a small example of how it works. Sam is a marketing manager of a shoe company. Imagine that, and he has bought 8 people who's working for him. And this Sam is a big fan of using idea generation with his team, and whenever they need to tackle a new challenge. And the team of the Sam has a new project in this coming month. Imagine all these things. They have to come up with a brand new way of marketing the newest line of their shoes. That is a shoe company. So shoes to a previously unaddressed target audience. So Sam puts his group to work into pairs. That is the strategy which he has chosen for implementing that idea. And each pair tackles the task by first thinking of many ideas, far more than they would ever use. Then the pair will eventually rejoin the team, and the team will select the best idea or ideas before assessing the ideas both on a focus group of potential customers at a later date. So this is the process happening, and after this feedback from the focus group, the team will adjust their approach and build on the idea using the focus group feedback before putting their plan through real testing or trials. Finally, when the team is confident in their idea, the idea will be passed on for actual business implementation, and in such a way they are doing or they are implementing their ideas. In this example, Sam and his team, their marketing plan will be employed by the company to target new customer demographic. So in this situation, they have undergone a many stages to take this idea and to make it implemented. So this shows that idea generation is not a simple process. Now let's see some of the sources where we can generate ideas. The first one here mentioned in the slide is customers. That is, all marketing activities focus on customer needs and wants, and it has been observed in various research studies that consumer often gives very good suggestion for such information, and this can be obtained with the help of regular customer service of other techniques like a focused group discussion and through some interviews. Companies or the beginners can generate some ideas from the customers itself. And the second, the source of the idea generation is distribution channel members. That is, distribution personnel who are in touch with customer often will give excellent suggestion for new product development. Good marketing companies generally keep regular contact, leading stockists or dealers not only define the various information from their existing, but also find information about new products or modification made by competitors. So the dealer conference can also bring such a new idea. So this is another good useful source of idea generation. And the third one is competitors. Competitors means all marketing companies keep a close watch on development carried out by competitors, and these are collected by their own sales force and dealers. This is not a difficult thing. A company should monitor such development activities of competitors, accordingly build their new product development activity. So through these competitors, they can surely gain some ideas for their business. Next one is Salesforce. That is company's Salesforce who's actually working but have failed in selling process, but are in touch with dealers and customers, know about the shortcomings of their products and everything. So they can often give good ideas for their new product development. So this will be also a good source for the company to generate ideas. The next one is the suppliers. That is, new product ideas can be obtained from suppliers or vendors who are dealing with the customers. They may suggest certain improvement in quality or growing for new products with the help of raw materials. So suppliers will surely give a proper idea regarding their business. And if you are new to the business world, then surely these sources will also help you. And the next one is the company's own management. That is, many times owners, savers, and members of management have given brilliant ideas for product development, and these ideas will surely help us, and it should be carefully studied. And this can be considered as a good source of idea generation. The existing organization itself is a very proper source of getting ideas. That is, if you are interested to start your own business, then you can talk with many entrepreneurs and you can take ideas from them, how they have conducted their business, which all are the difficulties that they have faced while conducting their business and all. So, this will surely help you to start a new business, also will help you to continue your existing business. Now we have already covered how sources of this idea generation. Now let's see some of the methods of this idea generation, how we can generate this idea, some methods involved in this idea generation. Now let's see the first method of how to generate ideas, that is collective notebook method. So what is this collective notebook method? As a creative technique, the collective notebook can be assigned to the brainwriting techniques. With this technique, participants do not need to gather ideas in the same place at the same time, and this is the speciality of this particular method. And this method was invented by John Hayfield and introduced by Charles Hutchins Clark. And each participant, under this method, each participant is given a task of writing down their own ideas and thoughts on a problem over a period of 2 to 4 weeks. And a notepad is used for this, which contains a description of the problem on the first pages. And if possible, the participant should always carry the notepad with them in order to be able to record spontaneous ideas. And this technique is also useful for gathering additional ideas that often emerge as flashes of inspiration from the relaxation after the creativity session. And under this method, at least two participants are required to run, and the duration can be agreed with you as required. And many sources recommend that it is better to have 2 to 4 weeks for this particular method. And in this method, that is collective notebook method, there are mainly three phases. That is preparatory phase, second phase is implementation phase, and the third phase is evaluation phase. Under the preparatory phase, it includes formulating the problem, selecting the participants, preparing the note parts, and the implementation phase includes making notes on the prepared plots, spontaneous entries, daily entries, etc. And under the evaluation, it includes reviewing notes, summarizing the things which have already collected and all. And this particular method is having many advantages as well as disadvantages. And the benefit is that the participants do not influence each other. It is not necessary that the teamwork together, the teamwork is necessary for this thing, and the ideas can be collected as they arise. Participants do not need to speak the same language also. So it is something simple. And the disadvantage is that this method takes a long time. So this is about collective notebook method. And the second method is heuristic ideation technique. It is a way of generating new product ideas that was developed by marketing experts, and this technique allows you to quickly explore many combinations of attributes and enables you to systematically search for new product ideas. And this technique uses a grid with heuristics or rule of thumb to quickly explore possibilities for new products. This may sound technical and complicated, but it's really not. It's not that much difficult. It's not a difficult process, but it includes different steps. So now let's see some of the steps which are included under this. The first one is making a grid. That is the first thing that you need to do is drawing a grid. This can easily be done in Excel or anything. So once you have created your grid, you choose two existing products or services. If you can make sure that one of these products or services is something you already offer, and this way you can build on your existing market, and that is the first step. And the second step is assigning a number to each possible combination. That is numbering all the spaces in the grid. And the third step is crossing out existing combinations. That is, every square of the grid resembles a combination of two attributes. As combinations that already exist are not very interesting, start by crossing out these boring squares and instead of do something carefully, and that is crossing out existing combination. That is step 3. And the fourth step is circle combinations that seem promising. That is, now take a look at all the different combinations. What combinations look promising to you? Then combination that seem old are often the most inspiring ones. So do that thing under step 4. Step 5 is write down brief statements. That is, for each circled combination, you should quickly explain in a few words why it is interesting. So that will be the fifth step, and the final step is ideate. That is, one by one, take a closer look at each circled combination and identify what possible new products could you make based on this new combination and prepare accordingly. So these are the steps included under this second method of idea generation. The next method is checklist method, which is easy as compared to the other methods. And under this method, a new idea is developed through a list of related issues or suggestions. Then the entrepreneur uses a list of questions or statements to guide the direction of developing entirely new ideas or focusing on specific idea areas. So that is simple and easy as compared to other one, that is checklist method. And the next method is synaptics method, and it is a method that works with problem analogies and put them in a different, seemingly not all linked environment. And this method is based on the assumption that people are more creative when they understood how creativity works. And this synaptics, this word comes from the Greek language, and the joining together of different and apparently irrelevant elements. That is the simple meaning of the term. It has also different advantages and disadvantages. Now I'll mention some of the advantages of this. That is, it will help us to think out of the box. And the next advantage is you can use this method for any size of your team. And the third advantage is that it is energizing for the teams and often funny while the results are still delivered. So that's the three advantages. It also involves different steps, and I'll mention that steps. Please go through the steps after watching this video. That is step 1, naming your problem. Step 2, brainstorm analogies to your problem. Then the step 3 is let the team pick up the analogy that they like the most. Fourth step is brainstorm ideas how to solve an analogy problem. And the step 5 is translate the brainstorm solutions back to the context of the original problem. So these are the 5 steps included under this method. Now, this next method is something interesting, right? That is lifestyle method. It is a lifestyle entrepreneur. So, who is a lifestyle entrepreneur? He is an individual who creates a business for the purpose of changing their lifestyle instead of making profit. And this type of entrepreneur usually wants to create a business because they are passionate about it and believe that it will be personally rewarding for them. And that is the lifestyle entrepreneur. And through this also company or the new people can generate idea for their business. Now the next one is market gap analysis. So what is this market gap analysis? It is also a method of generating idea. It is a way to research sales opportunities where the demand is greater than the supply. Using this process can help a company identify markets that are currently underserviced. Through the deployment of market gap analysis, an organization can make logical decisions based on market facts rather than the opinion. A market gap analysis differs from market research that it's proactive rather than a reactive. So these are some of the methods of how you can generate idea for your business. If you are interested in the business field, then try to use any of this method and generate good ideas for the business where you can succeed. Now, this is a small case study for you that is Ole. As you all know, it is India's largest mobility platform and one of the world's largest ride-hailing companies, serving 250 plus cities across India, Australia, New Zealand, and the UK. And this Ole app offers mobility solutions by connecting customers. I hope you all are familiar with this particular company and their app and everything. Now, the activity is that you have to find out how the company have generated the idea for their business and how they have came up with such an idea with the market and how they have succeeded in their activity. This is the task for you in this week. You have to identify the story of Ole, and you have to find out how they have generated their idea and how they have succeeded. Also try to find out another company recently came into the market and succeeded. By this, you can get a clear cut idea about how the business organizations are functioning in the present scenario. So we are in the age of the idea. The organization that can develop a culture of creativity and idea generation will be the winners. This is a quote which is given by Kevin Roberts. So this is a small video in this week. We have already given you one task to be completed in this week. The quizzes will be also given at the end of this week. Just go through this video, understand how you can generate ideas, what are the methods, what is idea generation and all. Hope this is useful for you. Try to complete all the activities with the given time. Thank you.